Hi there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. I'm here in Bradford, England, and there's an analogy, there's something that I use often in my workshops. I talk about these three elements, core elements of your marketing strategy. The first one is this, the niche, what you're known for. The second are the paths, meaning the marketing tactics that make it really easy for people to find you, the people who are looking for you. And third is the container, would be another word for business model. Just how does money enter into your business and stay in your business? What's the structure of your business that makes it both safe for your ideal clients to approach you, but also sustainable for you? And here's an analogy that just came together in a recent workshop. So if you can imagine your business is a house. Okay. So the front of your house, the facade, the thing that people can see from the street, that's your niche. That's what you're known for. Truth is, people walk by your house all the time. They see the front of your house. That's literally all they know about. They don't know what's inside. Sometimes you can look at a house. I remember I was in Calgary visiting a friend's house, and from the front, it looked so tiny. It looked like the smallest house, but it was like the doctor's TARDIS. It was just bigger on the inside. You went in, and it was just huge. So people only know what they see on the front. So the niche, that's the facade. The paths or tactics, that's literally the paths or the trails or the streets that lead people to your home and make it easy for them to find you. Because if your house was just a cabin in the woods with no paths or trails at all, nobody's grabbing a machete to hack through the underbrush to find you, And then what is the container, the business model? Well, that's the rest of the rooms in your house. That's the depth and the context, So all this to say, it's very important that the facade of your house attracts the people you want to attract. One of my friends, she realized she was getting a lot of suggestive emails from fellows on Instagram. And she realized her handle was let's just say her name was Jane. It's not, but the handle was Jane is all in. She just thought maybe that's sending the wrong message. So she changed it. So, if your dating profile isn't attracting the right people, you might want to change the dating profile. If your sales page isn't attracting the right people to your workshops, you might want to change that, because that's the facade. It's the very first thing they see. And the role of that very first thing they see, whether that's your homepage, sales page, or social media presence, your dating profile, the whole purpose of it is to strongly attract the people who are a good fit and utterly repel the people who are not a fit. Excuse me. The role of the paths, to make it easy for people to find you. Oh, there's that trail and there's all the signs. Really almost impossible to miss it. And then the business model, it's to make sure that once they show up, it's not, those old Western town movie sets, there would literally be a facade and nothing behind it. Just emptiness behind it, just held up by some beams. And we don't want that. Sure, once they show up, they say, hey, I saw this facade about, it was very interesting around helping people, let's say, with fibromyalgia. From an Ayurvedic approach, I could see all of that from the facade, from the homepage. And once they get there, you may have other things to offer. You may say, yeah, that is the main thing I offer. And once they're in the door, and you've sat them down, had a cup of tea, given them some food, chatted a bit, then you might say, hey, would you like a tour of the house? And then they can see. But if you stand on your porch shouting at people, hey, this house is more than it looks. There's actually a lot to it. You should come in. Such a great house. Got a bunch of floors, can't even see the attic. It's actually two levels of the basement. It goes real deep. Got a lot of bathrooms. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Or it's overwhelming. You see what I'm saying? It's too much for the first thing. So those are the three things. That's an analogy that just came to me recently. I hope it's useful for you. And signing off from Bradford. Just gonna go find a pub, sit down, read, and have a pint.